Hello everybody and welcome back for some weekly VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we have plenty of good news to go over with the MetaQuest 3S selling extremely well. The overall reception of Batman Arkham Shadow is fantastic. There's plenty of great new games just around the corner, but this week also has some truly unique new releases. Plus, we also have plenty of new game announcements and updates. Now, there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by my long-term sponsor, Kiwi Design. Kiwi just introduced some new head straps with battery packs for the Quest 3 and Quest 3S. The K4 Boost comes in both Elite Strap and Halo Strap variants, and it's designed for both maximum comfort and up to 3 hours of additional gameplay. I've been using Elite Straps from Kiwi for years now, and they are hands down my favorite, offering up not only maximum comfort, but also the biggest bang for your buck. There's a link to Kiwi down in the description, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support my channel. Okay, so let's start things off like normal with the check-in, and that's what exactly have I been up to in the VR world. And obviously you guys know it's been Batman, or actually I'm Matman. I'm still playing that. I did my review, I played through the game, but I just want to, find a few extra secrets, do the challenges, jump in, see how the update went, because they had an update to fix a couple of the issues that I talked about in my review. And overall, it's just a fantastic game. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen my review, go check it out. I'm planning some coverage on Triangle Strategy for later this week. I recently did some voice acting for a VR title, which I'll talk about at a later date when it's available. And I have also recently been fooling around with a bunch of new XR hardware that I want to show off on the channel. I'll eventually get to that. But for now, let's move into this week's new releases. First up is a game that I previously covered on the channel, and that's the dungeon building strategy game Underworld Overseer. This is basically the old school flat title Dungeon Keeper, but in VR. You'll have some minions to get a lair for you. You'll recruit a bunch of different monsters to your cause, make sure to take care of their needs like food and sleep, then set up some traps to help protect your domain, and kill all of the pesky humans that dare to threaten you. Now again, like I said, I already covered this title. I'll post a link if you want to check out that video. And I found the game to be very addictive, just sucks you in and time flies by. So if you're looking for a strategy game, we don't get that very often in VR. This is a great title. You should go check it out. And I thought the graphics and everything just worked really well. Now the next title is Human Fall Flat, and I'm definitely planning to jump into it later this week. Now if you're not familiar with this title, it was an absolute surprise hit when it released on flat screen. And it's basically just a co-op quirky mess filled with some really fun physics. Now the VR version will still be in third person. However, they're introducing a new control scheme where you basically marionette the characters. So I think that could be really interesting, especially with the physics. I want to see how this works. I'm definitely intrigued, and it looks like it could be a really fun title. Now, another absolutely fantastic experience that's dropping this week is the 1.0 release for Blade and Sorcery Nomad. I'm pretty sure anyone who follows VR is familiar with Blade and Sorcery. It's the ultimate physics-based combat experience. And a few months back, the PCVR version finally got its 1.0 release after years in early access. Ever since then, people have been asking, when is this update coming to the Nomad version? And I'm happy to report it's finally dropping this week. So soon you'll be able to jump in and check out the new progression system and additional content that's been created for this title. And last up is another unique one, which also started off as a flat screen title, and that is Triangle Strategy. This is a full fantasy-themed tactical RPG from Square Enix. It's filled with some of those old school graphics and turn-based action, but as a newer title that was originally released on flat screen in 2022, it's bringing over plenty of new age special effects and high-end storytelling. Now the VR version's also getting a mixed reality mode, which could be a pretty cool addition to this game, as the title already looks like a tabletop adventure. And finally, new releases, we have Phasmophobia for the PlayStation VR 2. This is the most epic 4-person co-op ghost hunting experience, and it's here just in time for Halloween. I've constantly spoken about this game on the channel. It's the most fun I've ever had while equally being absolutely terrified. So if you have any interest in playing a horror-themed co-op title, this should be at the top of your list. Go check it out right now. Now that's it for this week's new releases, but we also have a new game announcement, plenty of updates, and a bunch of release dates have been revealed. In announcement news, Shattered plans to bring some bone-chilling mixed reality. This is a puzzle-filled world where you'll find yourself trapped in a mental health facility. During this experience, your real-life senses cannot be trusted, and your real-life environment will be turned into a labyrinth filled with complex puzzles. Overall, this looks like a really trippy mixed reality experience, and I'm definitely intrigued. But for those of you who are waiting on a couple of release dates, we now know that the sci-fi themed first-person shooter Arken Age is dropping in January of 2025. It's releasing for both PCVR and PlayStation VR 2 and features a story-driven campaign that's 10 to 15 hours long. Now, I'm not exactly sure why, but every time I check out this game, I just have mixed feelings. I feel like it's not going to be a great release, but I could be wrong. I don't know what it is about the title, something about the graphics. I'm not sure what's giving me that sensation. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this is a really cool experience. I'm still intrigued and I'm definitely going to check it out. Now, if you're not someone who's interested in a story-driven campaign and just play VR for fun, well, we also got the release date for another flat to VR port, Trombone Champ. Trombone Champ Unflattened is releasing on November 26th for MetaQuest headsets, and I will say this is not my style of game. However, I did try it at Gamescom, and it's undeniably fun. So if you like those type of rhythm titles, something quirky, it's a really good game. It's undeniably fun, honestly. And the flat screen title was really well received, so I have high expectations for this one. But what I find even more important is the fact that this is the first title from Flat to VR Studios. So I'm wishing them a lot of success because I know they want to put much bigger games. The titles we're really looking forward to. So based on how the reception for this one is, determines their overall future, or at least it's just the beginning. So we'll see how it goes. I'm rooting for them, and I think this will be a successful title. Now, moving into update news, VR's #1 movie theater, BigScreen, is introducing a new cloud browser feature. For $10 a month, you will get access to a web browser that will be shared to everyone in your room and can be used to access any websites that don't use DRM. Now, you could already do this for free if you are running BigScreen from a PC, but with this service, you could add the feature to a standalone headset like the Meta Quest 3. Now, only the room host needs to pay for the service, so this is a great option for remotely sharing something like a Plex server. Now, besides that, I can't really think of many other use cases. Maybe you could use this to work together. You know, everyone just remotes in and one person has that service and can bring up some stuff from a website, but I don't know, it feels niche. But I'm really happy they're just adding new features, and I wish them well. And our final update comes to the Call of Duty style shooter, Zero Caliber 2. They've added a new game intro, new game mode, 2 additional PvP maps, 6 new weapons, 3 Halloween skins, and they've completely overhauled the endgame. Now, I played an early build of this game a while back and thoroughly enjoyed it, just thought it had a lot of rough edges that needed some smoothing out. But overall, it felt like one of those good old school Call of Duty campaigns to me. Now, the rough edges that needed to be worked out, they're claiming they've all been patched. So I hope that's the case. I would need to jump back in and check it out. But if you've been interested in this game and maybe want to pick it up now, I have a 50% coupon that I'll put on screen, so like somewhere over here. Now that code is valid until November 17th. So if you are interested, don't wait too long. And now I just want to end this video with some overall hype for VR. Now you guys know, I mentioned it earlier that the MetaQuest 3S is selling extremely well. I'm pumped for that. Love to see VR grow. I'm expecting it will continue to do good from now until Christmas and over the holiday season. So hopefully I have a bunch of extra million players in the near future. And then we know there's a bunch of really good games still coming in the near future. We got Metro, we got Behemoth. I'm still skeptical on Alien Rogue Incursion, but that could be another great game. Wanderer's coming. Lots of good titles, guys, so super excited there. And overall, I'm more pumped for VR than I've been in years. This is an absolutely fantastic time. Batman, as we know, was a fantastic title. Things are looking up across the board, guys. I'm super pumped. Just want to say I love doing this for a living, and I can only do it because of you guys. Now, if you ever have any questions, come join a live stream. I do a Q&A live stream every Thursday, and I just answer VR questions. So come join me for that. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 100K. We're pretty close. And also, 80% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. So what are you doing? Subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up, do all that, and I'll see you guys on next time.